to my Blorange Tears fan. What it do? It's your man Subliminal 209, and this is Knicks After Party. Don't forget to support your boys by smashing that like button and subscribing. So as you can tell by the thumbnail, we're talking about Isaiah Hartenstein. So in the beginning, I'm gonna break it down. His tendencies and what he kind of movement he does. Then later on, I'm gonna talk about what iHeart's role is, how he will look in the offense, what element does he bring to the Knicks, can he look better with the starters, can he replace Mitch as a starter, can he give Mitch a run for his money, can he be the closer, can you run Isaiah and Jericho together with Isaiah at the 4? And what happens if the starters look better with Isaiah and they're outscoring their opponents, instead of Mitch, so they kind of look better that way. What kind of flexibility does iHeart bring to the table, which you're able to run different sets that you're not able to run with the Mitchell Robinson or a Jericho Sims? And can Isaiah's stats increase this season in which categories? And we'll kind of talk about those categories. So that's what we're going to talk about later on. And I just like to thank those who's joining me tonight. Your boys Solo Dolo right now. We got JJ in the building. We got the Basketball Prophet. Salute. David Al. Salute. William Turnbull. Salute. Cormega. Salute. Miguel P. Salute. And the Knicks Organic. Salute. Might be some more cats in the chat later on, but I appreciate y'all rocking with me. So let's break down some of iHeart's tendencies. And I got my boy Knicks for Life, Chuck Allen. What it do? Check out my boy Chuck Allen show, Vibes and Stuff in the morning, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m.ish to 9 a.m.ish. Him and Unc just be chopping it up about just old times. You know what I'm saying? Just music. You go down memory lane. You know what I'm saying? They talk about relationships. They have different games, kind of like What Are You Thinking, where a couple's on the screen for a split second. I apologize for that noise in the background. Let me close my door right quick. 1 second. And it's on 8 a.m.ish to 9 a.m.ish, Monday through Friday. Sounds like it's gone. So I'm gonna just keep rocking. So let's talk about Isaiah Hart. Now, we all know he's a lefty. Randall's a lefty, Brunson's a lefty, he's a lefty. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But like his shot, he's kind of a set shooter. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of a set shooter when he catches the ball. So when he catches the rock, he catches it with his left hand. He catches the rock, he kind of has to set his feet. So when he's you're left-handed, your left foot is going to be right behind the arc, you know what I'm saying? It takes him about 2 seconds to release the rock. So he gets into his shot. He kind of, squats a little bit, gets into that squat motion. And when he releases it, he kind of has that release behind his head, like a slingshot, like a catapult. And he catapults that shot up there, you know what I'm saying, by flicking the wrist. I've seen a lot of people shoot like that, though, and it works for them. But I was more of a bringing it in front of you, right between your eyes. Then you kind of push it forward that way. But he has it like way back there. You know what I mean? So he's not like I'm going to catch it around the screen and just, legs are kind of off balance. You're off balance. You kind of release it that way. Now he has to get into his set. He's not just a catch and shoot off balance type guy, which is, it works for him. You're a 7-footer shooting threes. You're a 7-footer shooting out in the perimeter. I don't care what your shot looks like as long as it goes in. So I'm all for that, though. But he has the ability to space the floor. You know what I'm saying? He has the ability to be one of those guys that is the last guy trailing. You kind of kick it to him at the top of the arc. Then he could be that trailer 3, you know what I'm saying? Popping that tray. Or as he's bringing the ball up or he's trailing, They pass the ball to him. Defense closes out. He give him a little pump fake. Defense is in the air. Make sure you don't jump into them because they stopped calling that last year. But as long as they are not in your landing space, he could get that and one, or he could just pump fake them and, get past them. The defense could either collapse. You can find a cutter going baseline down low, or whoever the guy that leaves his man to collapse the defense, he can hit him, or he could go with the floater. So the thing about him is he doesn't like a lot of contact. You know what I'm saying? So if it's your like original 7-footer, 250, 270, he's not gonna try to, get past you and yam on you and create that contact. He's gonna stop ahead of time and hit you with that little floater, that little push shot. You know what I'm saying? But if he sees an open lane in the paint, I mean, it's over. He gonna come through nasty and just yam on you. Then kind of just like flex real quick and just kind of give everybody in the crowd a little show. You know what I'm saying? Just like let them know that he has that energy. But as far as just going toe to toe against your natural 5, like, nah, he gonna avoid that 9 out of 10 times, probably 10 out of 10 times. So to me, he has like that modern, stretch 5 kind of European style of play, if you ask me, because he's more of a pass first center. You know what I'm saying? You know how Mitch would be on the top of the key, at the top of the arc, back to the basket, he kind of hands it off. So when you have Hartenstein on the high post, the pinch post on the elbow, and he gets the rock there, he's looking to hand it off. He's looking for pass for cutters. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't really pivot and turn around to, go one-on-one. So he's looking for, but he's a good passer though. So he can find that no look pass, you know what I'm saying, on cutters going that way, or he can find, guys coming off the curl outs. So, but he's a pass first type big man. He's not really trying to get his points going one-on-one, but he will take the open shot though. So that's one thing about him, is I would like to see him be a little more, I would say, selfish, just because he has that ability to put the rock on the ground. So even though he may be in that pinch post and he turns around and there's nobody open, he's not going to be just standing around there waiting for one of his teammates to, come and get the rock. He's going to take a few dribbles and go towards his teammate and then pass the rock off and then reset. So he's not just on an island waiting for somebody to save him. That's the thing about him. He's just not a liability out there. So I give him, kudos for that. I just want him to be more aggressive. You know what I mean? Just face his guy up, give him a little pump fake, because he has that athletic ability. He can get past his opponent, because he's pretty fast and agile, but he's not like uber athletic, or he doesn't have like Mitch Robinson's hops, but he can create. Now I want to say create. He can take a few dribbles, going to the hole. I'm saying nothing crazy. He's not going to do no little in and outs. Nothing like that behind the bat. I mean, not like every day. He may do that later on, but I mean, I haven't seen it. I only watched a couple games of his because I had him recorded from earlier in the year. So I kind of went back and watched him. He wasn't even on my radar till we picked him up for that 2-year, $16 million. So I kind of like what he brings to the table. I like the different element that he's shown. He's just not, like I mentioned, he's just not strong. He's not going to truck somebody. He's when he goes and creates that contact, he actually bounces off of guys. They throw his balance off, and he kind of uses that fadeaway shot. I'm saying, instead of kind of creating the contact on his own. So those are some of the things I noticed, when I watched some of his games against Portland, against the Bucks, and then, like I mentioned, some of his highlights. So let me salute some more cast in the chat. We got DSJ, what it do? We got Dripmore. We got Pudge Nice, Alla Wise, Corey Lee. We got Reese Rolex. Appreciate y'all rocking with me tonight. And we're going to keep it going. Got a couple other other things I want to talk about. So I mentioned him going to the paint. Oh, mismatches. So he'll take advantage of mismatches. So if he's caught on the block with the mouse in the house, you know what I'm saying? He'll take, he won't really back him down. He'll use more of his hips to pivot. Then he'll either dunk or he'll use a little bit of a reverse layup using the glass. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like like I mentioned, he's not very aggressive and strong. So if he's caught like on a smaller guard, point guard, shooting guard, small forward gets caught up on the block, then he'll take advantage. But some of those power forwards are stronger than him. I've seen not only Bobby Portis, but Marcus Morris kind of push him out of the paint. Unless he has a mismatch on a scrub, someone who's a third string, center as well, or just someone in the third string unit, he'll kind of take advantage of them though. But if he knows that he's going up against a starter, is someone who has a lot of just high IQ and just understands, positioning themselves, because he doesn't really position himself. He's really active. So you know how Obi's always active, kind of going from the block to the 3-point line, and then he points for the oop, and then he goes back to the block, and then kind of goes back around. The same thing is what Isaiah Hartenstein. He's always like positioning himself to move around the perimeter, whether it's on the offensive side or the defensive side. So he's usually like caught in no man's land. He always keeps the offense guessing because he moves around so much. So he's always bouncing on his tippy toes. He's always like, he's good on opening up his hips and moving lateral as well. So you always expect him to leave his man and to go help on defense as well, though. So he's always kind of moving around like that too, which is, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, because if you're leaving your man to go help out and double team, then your guy's going to be open unless you have that communication, which he does at times, because he points a lot to his teammates, like, okay, I got this man, I got that man, but it's just NBA, or it's just basketball period. Guys are going to miss their assignments though. But the thing about him is that he never really commits. You know what I mean? It's always like a lazy closeout. It's always like a lazy contested shot. You know what I mean? He never just gives the full effort to close out and then put your hands up and contest the defense, the offensive player. So if he would just give more effort onto when he's closing out or helping out on defense on a double team, then I think he'd be more useful that way, because then it's he's basically like committing. So that's one thing I would like for him to do better at, instead of kind of just going through the motion, like just lackadaisical. Like, oh, I'm over here, and now I'm over there, now I'm over here. It's not really like a hard closeout, like I'm there. So that's the other thing too with the offensive end. On the offensive side too, he's not really positioning himself on the offensive boards. So like I mentioned, the Bobby Portis, the Marcus Morris, even the Rodney Hoods were boxing him out and keeping him out of the paint, where he's kind of like reaching over them, trying to tap that extra, get that extra possession and tap it out. But if he would have just repositioned himself and then, put his elbows out and kind of back them out of the way, then all he had to do is jump forward though. But it's kind of like, I'm kind of like 80% I'm going to give over here and 70% I'm going to get over there. So it makes it look like he's doing a lot of things, but he's just like doing a lot of things, but not being great at one. So I think with Tibbs as our coach, he's gonna straighten all those types of things out. He's gonna clean that up a lot. He's gonna let him know when to close out, when to stand your man, who to box out. Because like I mentioned, this guy's a great communicator. He's good on his toes. He's like always on his toes, real bouncy, head on his swivel. Like it looks like he's like a kid that just wants to learn. Like, yeah, I want to be out there. I just don't know where to go. Am I supposed to be over here? Am I supposed to be over there? Like, so just watch it. The more I watched him, he gives a lot of effort, but it's just kind of like focusing that energy and doing one thing at a time before you move on to the next. Is kind of what I'm I'm getting at. So I think with our with our team and Tibbs as our coach, I think he'll just bring the best out of him and just kind of know when to do what. So yeah, so there's a lot of one second. There's a lot of things that I did like about Isaiah Hartenstein. I just don't know if he's going to be. I mean, I can see even Sims giving him a run for his money. So what y'all think about Isaiah? Are y'all impressed with the signing? I mean, we talking about 2 years, 16 milli. I mean, that's better than what Noel's got. I mean, it's cheaper than what Noel's got because Noel's was 3 years with the team option for the third year for 27 milli, 200 thou or 720 thou. So it averaged out to like 9 million some change. So, I mean, I just like the simple fact that he, like I mentioned, he brings a different element to the game as far as that stretch five and not having carbon copies of the same kind of, center, rim defender, rim protector, rim runner. No one's going into the paint. Can't create, can't shoot a shot on the perimeter. Those types of things. So let's see. So we got Sherwin in the building. Salute. Miguel P. Salute. So Sherwin said he's going to be a bench player. He's 15 minutes per game. So let's see. Let's take a look at what he had last year. So last year, he played 68 games. He averaged 17.9 minutes. So 17.9 minutes. So, I mean, that's around the same. The only problem is he was going, he was behind Zubac over there. Then sometimes they'd go small ball, though. Sometimes they would run with what's the guy from Toronto? He played for the OKC too. Played in the dunking contest. I just can't think of his name. Anyways, they went with him. They could go with Marcus Morris, and they could go with my mind's just going blank right now. Anyways, they could go small ball. So he only played 17.9 minutes and only 8.3 points. So, but Noel's last year played 22 minutes. So if he's going to take Noel's minutes, I mean, there's 22.5 minutes there to take. You know what I'm saying, as far as the backup. But you gotta remember though, Sims is back there. So if we need defensive stops, you know what I'm saying, Tibbs might just end up playing Sims as the backup. You know what I'm saying, instead of if the offense is just clicking on all cylinders, they might just stick with the defensive minded player with Mitch. If Mitch is in foul trouble, you go Sims. But if we're like, we need scoring and we need to clear the paint, then that's the other route that we could go. I just see him just bringing that floor space and that modern five where it just gives room for Julius Randle and RJ to thrive at their strengths. You know what I'm saying? Just bully ball Barrett, just getting all the way to the paint. You know what I'm saying? Creating the contact, getting those and ones. And then Julius too, you saw how he lost a lot of weight. So he might just be able to just zoom by defenders and get to the paint on his own that way as well, though. So, it just gives them those, those easier looks at the basket instead of clogging it all up all the time. So we got big task at hand. The new Dudley. I mean, okay. All right. Yeah, I really don't have a comparison for him. I should have thought about that before I jumped on, but I mean, that's not a bad one. I just see him more of a a European, unselfish, looking for others, to get involved instead of looking for his own basket. But I mean, that just takes time. He may have that same mentality joining the Knicks because you're on a new team. You kind of don't want to ruffle other people's, other people's feathers. You kind of want to just fit in seamlessly and not start too much stuff in the locker room, and just kind of just, earn your minutes, earn your time, be a team player. And then later on, they may ask him, they may ask him, take your shot, shoot your shot. I mean, we might have a couple plays for you to go ahead and, pat those stats. So I can see it. I can see that happening as well, though. But as far as Mitchell Robinson is going to be the starter regardless. He's not. First of all, they paid Mitch the bag. You know what I'm saying? $15 million. Leon Rose was an agent. He knows how much each person is worth on the market. He knows, what this person was worth. So by giving Isaiah Hartenstein that, that $8 million, he's nowhere near what Mitchell Robinson is. You know what I mean? Mitchell Robinson is just a good rim protector. Like, guys don't even want to go into the paint to challenge him. And I said it multiple times. It's like having loose Rottweilers inside the yard. They not going in there. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. When it's Noels or Sims or anybody, when Hartenstein goes in there, people are going to challenge him. It's like, having a rot that's chained up. You can still go into the yard. You can still get to the door, but you just can't get close to that chain, And that's kind of how Sims is. So he just brings, like I mentioned, brings something different to the table. It's nice because now you have options. Now you have choices. Now you have, different, sets you can run. Whether you're going to run a horn set where, both the 4 and the 5 are on the top of the key. Then the point guard gets to choose which one sets the pick and which one rolls to the basket and which one replaces the guy on the point guard on the top. So knowing your mismatches, knowing that you could find Mitch on the Gotham lob, then you could kick it back to Isaiah Hartenstein at the top of the key for 3. You know what I'm saying? Because Hartenstein does have good lateral movement. He does, like I said, he's very bouncy, very twitchy with his hips. So he can go and guard guys on the perimeter, not for long periods of time, though, but like if you switch up on somebody, just basically by knowing your opponent, maybe it's a slower, maybe he's guarding, like I mentioned, a Bobby Portis. We're playing against, the Bucks, and he's guarding Bobby Portis on the perimeter. Somebody like that. Then Mitch has to stay home on a, on the Lopez or whatever. I'm not sure how they run their offense, or maybe Bobby's a backup 5, but still, you know what I mean? Though, just a bigger, slower 4 that you don't have to worry about, or maybe it's not that fast twitchy 4, but he can still go out there and guard him. So I'm just looking at different looks that Tibbs get use. Not saying that he's going to use, though, because we know Tibbs. He's stuck in his ways. He likes who he likes, but it just gives you that choice. So I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at the signing. It's nice to have something else, not to mention when Brunson's breaking down the defense, those kickouts to Hartenstein, we always see Mitchell Robinson taking these 3-pointers during, the summer, during these workouts, and then we never see it during the game. So not saying that Hartenstein is a knockdown 3-point shooter and he does it at a high volume, because he only shoots 0.4 3-pointers per game at 46% per a clip. So it's like I mentioned, he's not even shooting 1 or half a game, and his free throw percentage is only 68% too, at 1.9 free throws attempts. So that's why I mentioned that he doesn't create that contact. He avoids that contact, so he doesn't get to the line that much. So that's something that maybe, Mitch could bring out, and Mitch could maybe toughen them up out there, when they're going one-on-one. It's going to be nice. I think they're going to feed off of one another because of what Isaiah Hartenstein brings offensively and what Mitch brings defensively. He kind of has to go out and guard him. You know what I mean? Then on the opposite end too, though. So it's I think Mitch is going to toughen him up. Then they're kind of going to pick each other's brains on guarding different types of bigs. So I think it's a win-win situation for both of them. But it's just exciting to see what's going to happen. It's just the unknown, What's good?
Talking here. I can't find.
Okay. He doesn't position himself to get those boards. I mentioned that earlier, that Keith Turner mentioned that Hartenstein is a good rebounder as well, but he only gets 4.9. He doesn't really position himself to get those boards. It's kind of like, like say a big guy like Shaq's in front of you, and you can't really jump over Shaq, but you can't really go around Shaq either. You're kind of just like reaching, like trying to tap that rock out. But he's the reason why he's such a good rebounder is he gets those tap outs like Tyson Chandler. He kind of stretches out to get his fingertips on the rock to get those extra possessions. So it's not really like he's snatching them out the air, but he's kind of just keeping that possession alive, or kind of just tipping it to one of his teammates. It's not really just he's getting both hands on the rock, bringing it down, going back up, kicking it out to outlet. So it's those types of things. So that's a good point, though. I'm glad you brought that up, Keith Turner, because if we just look at the rebounds, it's 4.8. He's an okay rebounder, but it's how he gets those rebounds. Yeah, that's a good point, David Al. Where are the boards going to come from with Obi and Hartenstein? You got Obi leaking out. You got Hartenstein that can't get into the paint on centers or power forwards. So now it's like no one's in the paint to get the boards. That's going to be tough. And that's what I'm saying. It's going to be one of those things where it's trial and error, kind of who you're trying to, put in on the team, on the court at the same time, and like who works with who. And like, I don't know. That is a very good point, though. Just the opposing team is just going to eat off that glass. So we'll see. Now you got me a little nervous about them boards, because it keeps the ball alive for the opposing team. They get those extra possessions. Then we're down by 2, down by 4. That they get a tap out to a teammate at the 3, down by 5. It could be ugly. The only thing is you got to flip it on them, and maybe the pace that we have with Obi leaking out, I'm saying, he gets those fast break points, and Hartenstein gets those trailer trays. I'm saying? So we'll see. Reese says, I keep telling people this is what's holding up the Donovan Mitchell. I'm a hold off on that one. We talking about Hartenstein today. Yeah. So let's see what else I got on Hartenstein. Yeah. So I'm gonna just jump into it, because your boy is rocking solo right now. So what is Isaiah Hart's role. I'm going to say backup right now just because of the money, just because he has more years experience in the NBA than a Jericho Sims. He's been in the NBA for 4 years. He's been on, multiple teams throughout those years, and now he's earned his second contract. So he has just more time. He has more experience. So with that being said, I think that he'll get the backup role in the beginning of the season off top because of that. So whether he holds on to that job or not, is up to him. Maybe up to Mitch, depending on, injury. I'm not hoping on injury, but I'm just saying something like that. Or, he's just a liability on the defense, and, Tibbs being our coach, he wants that rim protection. And if Isaiah Hartenstein's not able to protect that rim and guys are just scoring, so now he's not only stopping opposing teams from scoring, but they're still stagnant and he's not creating any offense or any points on the offensive side. I could see, Tibbs after a while just flipping him to the third unit or as a third string center, and then going with Sims, because we saw how Sims is. He just got better. He just got better from last year to summer league. I'm saying not a lot, but just things that he was willing to do by bringing the ball up, taking the midi, working in the post. So I think it'll be a battle. It'll be a battle to how many minutes Hartenstein gets with the second unit, and if he's getting cooked, then maybe Tibbs sits him down and says, "Hey, Sims, it's your turn. This is why we let go of old man Taj. We have faith in you. We believe in you. We gave you that contract. So it's time for you to to put it to use. It's time for you to go out there and perform." So yep. Or like I mentioned, he can be that closer. If it's points that we're needing to score, if it's and Mitch is a liability. He's more of a hustle player, more of a rim runner, and we kind of and he's kind of not able to do those types of things. I can see Tibbs going out there, and I mean not Tibbs going out there, but Isaiah going out there and creating that floor spacing. So it's going to be fun to watch. I'm hoping that all these guys use their strengths this year and kind of bring the best out of one another. So what else do I got? We got a super platter chatter by from Jay Boogie. Appreciate the love, Jay Boogie. Salute to you, my brother. I know you in the lab creating great music right now, doing your thing. So appreciate you taking time out of your day to join Knicks after party. That's what's up. So yeah, I mean, let's see. David Al said Hartenstein is a decent defender. He will help. Yeah, I mentioned that he's a good help defender. I'm saying he just has that unselfishness about him that he just wants to help everybody out. Yo, Jay Boogie again. Salute, brother, with the $40 super platter chatter. Appreciate the love, Jay Boogie. That's what's up, supporting his fam out here. Appreciate everybody supporting me right now. I mean, your boys out here solo, dolo. Let me just salute these cats in the chat, man. I mean, I'm feeling the love tonight. I'm feeling the love most definitely. Pudge Nice, like I said, Sherwin, Aaron. Appreciate y'all rocking with me tonight. So David Al says, especially with another great midget at point, we could use another big. I mean, it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight and the dog. You feel me? And we got some dogs. You know what I'm saying? We got. I mean, I believe that Brunson is that dog. You know, he's gonna be that dog that barks and that dog that bites. You know what I mean? He's gonna be that leader. He's gonna be that closer. So you can't just. I don't think about those types of measurements and stuff like that. You know, that's where people fall in the draft. Is he doesn't measure. You know this he with shoes on, without shoes on. He doesn't have this vertical. You know what I mean? Just all that. At the end of the day, it just matters if you're a hooper. Are you a hooper? Do you understand the game? You know what I'm saying? Are you a student of the game? Do you want to master your craft, or do you just want to get a check? So you can't measure heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the types of guys that I want to bring in, whether they're 5'9" or 6 foot or whatever. So I think that he mentioned himself that he's always been overlooked, and that y'all get to see what type of dog he is next year. You know what I'm saying? So the more talent we can accumulate, you know, the better off this team will shine. You know what I'm saying? The better they'll look. But if we just go out throwing, you know, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, and Joe, then it's not going to look good regardless. You know what I'm saying? But so it's going to be nice, man. We're going to have a nice, fun time next year. You know, just getting rid of no hands, no wow. You know what I mean? Getting rid of Burks that stopped. You know, it wasn't his fault, but you know what I mean? He stopped guys from playing point guard. He kind of, you know, we know the story. Just getting rid of all those guys, we're just going to look a whole lot better. You know, we're hoping that everybody takes another step next year. You know, the IQ starts making better decisions. Obi starts, you know, hopefully rebounding and picks up where he left off last year. You know, these guys just become more aggressive. RJ starts hitting his free throws. I mean, just the little things. We're not asking them to be, you know, to elevate their game all the way around, though. But if you in the lab all summer just working on your craft, which you should be, then they're gonna take the next level next year. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any problems or issues. I don't have any doubts with RJ, you know, being in the lab, with IQ being in the lab. I ain't seen any workout videos. I don't pay those any mind though, because it's practice. You're by yourself. You know, there's no pressure on you. You just working on your craft, and then hopefully when it comes down to training camp and preseason, you know, when we're able to see them on the court with other NBA players, then we'll know if they put in the work. You know what I'm saying, and what they were working on. But for the time being, though, I'm just looking at the character. You know, I'm just looking at what they've done from the end of the season to like summer league, what Jericho did, you know, how good he looked in summer league, the different steps that Grimes took, you know, having more of that leadership role, even though he fell short in summer league. I mean, he was taking guys off the bounce. I mean, he was kind of doing a little too much though, but he was at least trying to. He attempted to. At least he just didn't get knocked down and stay down. You know, he got back up. He was trying to get to the cup. There was times where he was doing a little up and under, you know what I'm saying, rocking the baby, going off the glass. I mean, those types of things we was talking about that he couldn't. He was like one dribble last year and kick it out. And in the summer league, he was doing his thing. The passes, the no-look passes that he was throwing to Sims, I mean, come on. I mean, he kind of elevated his game in multiple categories. So next year, I mean, if he's still here, I don't want to talk about the trade because we don't know if that's going to happen. But, I mean, what we have in-house right now is looking pretty nice right now. I mean, a lot of people may like Deuce, may be down on Deuce. He's just a little too quiet, a little too timid. He shows flashes in the G League. I mean, he shines in the G League, but then when he's with the NBA players of the Knicks, he kind of shows flashes of here or there. Like, he's not trying to step on toes and trying to take over the game. But when he has the rock in his hand, it's an open look. His shot looks nice. Nice high release, nice art, good free throw percentage. I mean, he just doesn't have that quick first step But that's okay though. Maybe he needs to maybe he starts a little floater in the summer. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to get all the way to the cup. You know, a nice little stop. You know, when you drive fast and then you stop, the defense stands up and then you take off again. And then you just pull up a little mini right there. I mean, there's little different things that you could do to make the game easier for yourself without, you know, having to. Because if you don't have that explosiveness, you just don't have it. It's not just you're just not gonna get it overnight, you know, or you just may not get it at all. So it's better to learn, you know, angles and just little tricks and things like that. So that's why if we keep him, I'm excited with him being with the Knicks because he's gonna be learning from Brunson, who's another unathletic guard that could show him angles, you know, post-up moves, you know, floaters, handles, just working on your handles.
Man, y'all love unathletic guards, bro. Good God almighty, man.
Uncle Freezy, what it do?
What it do? What it do, man? We love unathletic guards, bro. What's this? Go get 7 more unathletic guards.
Man, I'm glad you joined the party, man. I was out here solo.
Yo, where Culley at, man? Where Culley at?
Hopefully my boy's all right though.
Hopefully he all right. Hopefully Culley, if you watching, man, we miss you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
It ain't the same without you, Culley. It ain't the same without you.
Yeah, man. I every day, Culley ain't here. I'm gonna play some Bone Thugs and Harmony in the background.
See, look, C-Mac over there talking about I look like Klay Thompson. Why, man? I just got that look, man. I look like Unc said I look like Obi in the beginning of the year. Somebody said
no. The beard, when you cut the beard, it looked like Obi. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't talking about, man. Listen, man. Yo, you know how many people I get that from? Like I think somebody said I look like when I put a hat on, I look like the prison Bible study guy. Like Uncle Freezy got 3 licenses back to back, and he coming in and teaching Bible study in prison. Yeah. I'm like, what? Me? I look like the prison Bible study dude. Turn your book to. Nah, come on, bro. Yo,
anything you look like the inmate, you know, 75143. You know what I'm saying?
I do Bible study in the evening and then cook breakfast. Yeah, man. That's crazy.
All I know is you ain't punking me for my cornbread. That's all.
No, bro. Cornbread is carbs, bro. Cornbread is carbs, man. You don't get them big guns like I'm a little toasty around there.
I gotta put my little pea shooters away. Little pea shooters away.
Yeah. I'm trying. I'm trying, bro. I'm so probably. Chuck Allen is a fool. Talking about ex-con catering from you talking about from
you stab him, we grab him.
Yeah, House 43.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm legit, bro. I'm gonna try. My goal is I want to get back to benching. I want to be a 60-year-old benching 450. I know that's impossible, right? But that's what I want to be. That's my goal. So that's what I'm shooting for these next few years.
Yeah. You got 11 months left, right? So you good?
Huh? Nah.
11 months left. You good?
Nah. I heard you. That ain't funny. You thought I ain't heard you. I heard what you said.
Plenty of time. You got plenty of time.
Yeah, man. I was just about to go throw your cap on. I was like, man, he calling me old as a month. No, I ain't throwing that cap on. Y'all got it right over there. The camouflage one.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be here in the bag, and you can see right here though. I ain't hit my weights in a minute though. Look, it got just
dang, bro,
right there.
you better just go ahead and do a garage
right there. Though. I got the speed bag and the punching bag, and then the machine. So I'm getting old too. Where I'm just doing machine weight. I'm not even trying to do bench and free weights anymore.
Bro, I need to get my deadlift up because ironically, stuff like deadlift help you with the bench press. It gets you. It's a total body exercise. so it gets you jacked, man. That's what I'm working on, man. Trying to get that, because what ultimately what I want to do is walk around at like 6'5", 235. That's what I want to do. So I'm about 100 and something pounds away from that. I'm probably about 120 pounds away from that, man. But I was like 200 pounds away from that. So I'm making progress. You know what I'm saying?
So
Yeah, I was.
That's a big milestone right there. I mean, that's.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I'm that's one of the things that I'm working on right now. But listen, the conversation has been fascinating, bro. I've been going back and forth with you here and with the front stoop. Over with Sim and them on Sim had a front suit episode going on, like the Brittany Griner thing going on. I just wanted to jump in and show love over there. But of course, you got to touch home base, bro. Yeah, you got to be. Let me ask you this: what's the point of the guard conversation? Like, what are we getting at ultimately? Like, what's our ultimate goal? Like, what's the end game?
Finding our backcourt of the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have
No, I mean, who? That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about who.
Man, I don't know. That's not my job. You know
oh man, come on, man.
Like we got to go through the whole NBA. Who's available? There's still guys on free agency. You know what I mean? Like, man, dude. I mean,
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I think in order for the Knicks to win a championship, we have to get athletic, bro. You just can't field the worst athletic team in the NBA at every position and think you're gonna listen. A dude in the NBA Finals two seasons ago won a championship. His name was Greek Freak, and he ain't even from Greece. He from Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? His family from Nigeria. I think they spent a little bit of time in Greece, and yeah.
See, I tell you, like I said, I look like a Jersey Shore character. Put my intro on, the DJ, the DJ intro. The Cavs are here. The Cavs.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but you've been saying that we needed to get a faster backcourt. That's why you wanted Jaden Ivey. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I wanted Jaden
way back then,
Ivey,
because our backcourt was unathletic. So now we have the opportunity to get Mitchell, a super duper athletic dunking champion, contestant or champion, and those guys just don't come around a lot. Like when Levine was on the open market, a lot of people wanted Levine for that reason.
I wanted. Right.
That's what I'm saying, though. That pattern is still there. I mean,
I wanted Miles Bridges until I found that he was a scumbag.
Right. Dirtbag.
Yeah, man. Randall is a decent athlete, but he's not explosive verticality. Yeah. RJ's a decent athlete, but he's not. Yeah.
He's gonna be a lot faster now that he lost that weight. You know what I mean?
He looks to me like he's about 245.
What was he last year?
It looked to me like he was playing in his 260s.
That heavy, you think?
Yes. You know how you can tell? You can tell when people are overweight in their face.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you got chipmunk cheeks like this, you can tell I'm way past where I need to be. Right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so you can see it in Randall's face and arm definition. When you don't see definition in people's arms, you like, he way past it. His body mass is what, and that's why people are like, man, he lazy. Nah, he just don't have the energy moving all that weight. Come on, bro.
He was going coast to coast, bringing the ball up. I mean, come on. What else?
Numbers of times, right? Yeah. When that man do that 10,
playing the whole quarter, the whole first quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you expect? That's a lot of weight to be moving up and down the court.
Right.
I'd have been calling a timeout for myself. Hold on, timeout.
Yeah, I'd have just laid down. I'd have laid down on the logo like, man, y'all better come get me. They'd had to come get me with an old school stretcher. You know, the old World War I stretcher, like the two broom handles and in a sheet wrapped around it. They'd have to come get me with that.
I would have had like 2 delays of game warnings for a technical foul on the next one.
I'd have smoked a cigarette at the logo. And I don't even smoke. I joke about smoking.
Yeah.
I joke about smoking, man. I don't even smoke, man. Payback Carter's in the building. What's good, bro? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I love the vibe on y'all show, bro. I love the vibe on the Knicks after party, bro. Y'all keep the energy way up in here. I love it, man. I love the energy
It's
and
nothing.
Knicks after
It's
party.
nothing like vibes and stuff in the morning. You and my boy Chuck Allen, man. I swear you guys grew up together in the same household. Like that. I swear that's your little brother. Because man, y'all have the same like stories basically. Y'all have the same stories, so it's easy to just feed off of one another, just like peanut butter and jelly. You know what I'm saying
peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And I would say, well, Sub, let me ask you this, because I have a lot of different thoughts. I'm not gonna say opinions.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of different thoughts, right? Because in opinions, I think in people's opinions, when you have thoughts are, hey, I just thought about this. Tell me what you think. Right. But when you have opinions, you thought about something, but you're like, hey, you know what? I believe it, and I'm just gonna buy into this line of thinking. That would, in my view, that's what makes it an opinion, right? But I have a lot of thoughts, bro. I think it may be time to make the change from Tom Thibodeau to some young coach, right? It may be time, right? And also, I think it may be time for us to consider this roster makeup. Like, the mindset of the front office is clearly athleticism is not necessary. After they drafted Obi, think about all the other athletes they brought in.
You beat me to the punch. I was like, I was thinking in my mind they drafted Obi though. But I don't think it's time for a switch yet though, because we mentioned that if Tibbs had a team full of vets, it would look better. And they're bringing in a veteran point guard. They're bringing in another 4-year vet that's a backup center. They're, instead of bringing in old vets, they're bringing in new vets while still developing our young guys. Though, so it really, and if we trade some of these young guys, we're bringing in another vet. So you gotta give Tibbs one. You gotta give Tibbs a chance to, fully have a team for a year or two to see what he's capable of.
I ain't gotta give Tibbs nothing but free parking. I ain't got to give Tom Thibodeau nothing but free parking, and I say that in a respectful way, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's all. You know what I mean? Because
he's getting this year regardless, though. He's getting this year regardless.
I think he's a good coach. I think he's a good coach, and I'm not saying that my opinion should sway other people's or my thoughts should sway other people's. What I am saying though is this: if you want to win a championship, you have to consider the way that you're thinking is a failure and try something different. Because if you've been doing it one way for so long and you have not won a championship, is that not a signal to you that you are doing things the wrong way?
That you're doing things the old way. You know what I mean?
Right.
You step your game up to the modern way of playing basketball.
Saying?
So,
right.
And that's what we get so upset about is that we always talk about Tom Thibodeau's rotations,
Oh God.
But at the same time, though, look who he had trying to run it. Guys with low IQ, not knowing where to position themselves, not knowing where to be at, blaming each other. It's like the Mighty Ducks
all over again. It's like this franchise. It's like
the unnecessary roughness out there. Just all these guys just
right. Yo, what it reminds me of is this franchise in the Bay Area, right? They wear red and gold, right? They used to win Super Bowls with a quarterback named Joe Montana, right? Right, and a quarterback named Stephen Young, right, or something like that. I forget their names, right? And so they got so caught up in the lineage, like, oh, this West Coast offense is, this is the, and what happened was the architect of that West Coast offense messed around and taught a guy, and he messed around and ran it in Cincinnati. He was the offensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals and had a quarterback named Ken Anderson, who ironically, those same Cincinnati Bengals wound up losing to the 49ers in the Super Bowl, running the same offense. Nobody noticed because one side had Joe Montana and some dude named Gary Rice, right? The other side had a dude named Boomer Esiason and I forgot the receiver name. But anyway, the point I'm getting at is they explored that thing, and what happened is the West Coast offense never evolved. Athletes evolved to defeat the West Coast offense, and the West Coast offense never evolved, Tom Thibodeau, right? So no matter what offensive players you put in that, so you gotta, it's an evolution of things. Like the 49ers had a quarterback named Joe Montana. Then they had like a Stephen Young, and they had a dude.
We have a defensive-minded coach,
Gary Rice,
in hardball, and then got them to the Super Bowl.
George Seifert, yep. And then George Seifert brought that same thing to Carolina over here on the East Coast, right? And then the 49ers were like, we're just going to continue running the same thing. It's plug and play. We could put Gino Carmazzi in here. They chose Gino Carmazzi over a quarterback named Tom Brady, who was from California, grew up a 49ers fan, went to Michigan. You know he's smart. They passed on Tom Brady 6 times.
And we weren't the only ones. We weren't the only ones.
Understood. But Tom Brady
that passed on Aaron Rodgers either. You know
right, but Tom Brady is not from Chicago, Illinois, or from Detroit, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady's not from Seattle, Washington, or
but
Phoenix, Arizona.
We have the same problem over here saying, like, okay, bring him home. You know, you can't bring every New Yorker home, you know what I'm saying? It just ain't gonna work out that way.
No, but the thing is
we brought Kemba home. Did that work out?
Oh, God dog it. That was like a mule kick straight in the nuts. Appreciate you, Sub. Appreciate you, Subliminal 209, for the low blow. Kemba Walker is like a mule kick straight to the zipper. Bingo, jackpot. Yeah, the ammunition has hit the target. Dang, bro, that was wrong, man. Hey, keep turning. How y'all gonna let Subliminal 209?
You sunk my battleship. Man.
You damn right you did. You know what I'm saying? Yo, but yeah, my point to it all, my point to all of that, bro, is this. Is Tibbs, I understand that you ran a pick and roll and you ran a certain system, and it's about continuity and it's about players. But you know what also it's about, man? The evolution, right? The reason why Eric Carriel and Dan Fouts never won a Super Bowl is because they were dynamic in that pass the ball down. They were excellent. You know what? You know what the Don Carriel offense is? It's the same offense as the Greatest Show on Turf. The same offense. It's the same.
Was that the Rams or what?
Yep, the Rams. Yep, the Greatest Show on Turf. Back out of the backfield, square ends in front of the safeties, tight ends running seam routes. Right? It's the same thing. It's the same. Eric, just think about the skilled players that the Chargers had, and then the skilled players that the Rams had. The only thing the Rams didn't have was a great tight end, like a Kellen Winslow. If the Rams had gotten a great tight end, bro, they would still have been winning Super Bowls right now, but they didn't. But anyway,
I don't know. I just feel like, you know, if they don't bring in Mitchell, they'll bring in somebody else, because we still have 2 more roster spots and we still have all these
who?
They'll make a trade for somebody. Maybe that trade may not move the needle as far as bringing in an all-star, but it'll bring somebody that has some, you know, some starter. It definitely has to be a starter at that spot. You know what I'm saying? Definitely has to be a starter at that spot, or you move RJ back. But then if you move RJ back to the 2, we still.
But RJ's not
like that athletic ability.
RJ, sub. You think I'm gonna say this? RJ Barrett at 6'7", 210 is a shooting guard. RJ Barrett at 6'7", 223, 224, whatever weight he played at last year, is a power forward. I'm sorry. And when I say that, people cringe. They're like, man, you moving RJ to the 4? Man, RJ is not that fluid in his 220s, bro. You can't bulk up RJ Barrett, bro. You just gotta let RJ. You can't listen. Don't improve on vanilla, bro. Don't just let vanilla ice cream be vanilla ice cream. I don't need sprinkles and cherries and walnuts and bananas and chocolate syrup and wait a minute, yes I do. Because that's a banana float, right?
It's a banana split.
That's a banana split. Yeah, I could take that. But what I'm saying is this. If you keep RJ at 6'10, 6'7", 210, and let him bully shooting guards, bro, it's perfect. But if you bulk him up to guard the Kawhis and the Paul Georges and have RJ playing at like 223, you saw how slow RJ looked this year.
Now, he's naturally strong, though. You don't have to bulk up.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And I just think the offense will look better and Tibbs will be held accountable more because we remember when Mike Woodson was there, we looked better. And now that we have Rick Brunson as Mike Woodson's replacement, I think it'll bring us together back, back to that spot. And not only that, though, it just holds more accountability with a true floor general, having his family there, knowing,
right.
who to talk to, not only during the game, but after the games, at home, phone calls.
Right. Before games,
going through film room, at dinner. They basketball heads, they're going to be talking about the basketball more than us talking about, the Knicks.
Right.
More than you be doing videos, aren't they?
Yeah, right. No, like nobody talks basketball more than Blorange Tears, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, nobody in the world talks more Knicks basketball publicly than Blorange Tears, right? We are rocking. So for those that don't know, you are watching the Knicks after party with your host Subliminal 209 and the host the Culley Goat, who's absent at the moment. We just hoping, the Culley Goat was all right. You know what I'm saying? I'm your main man, and I'm one chief rocker in Knicks universe. Uncle Freezy. We just rocking and rolling. Tonight, just talking some basketball. I'm jumping in here to hang out with Subliminal 209 for the first 90 minutes. And then for the 90 minutes after that, I'm just gonna transition over to the Knicks at Night podcast so that we can really party. So those that want to jump in the live stream, just give us a few minutes, man. We'll finish this up. And we have a format, right? We got a format that we got to follow. We're gonna follow that. Just what I'm saying. We'll rock and roll with the after party for 90 minutes. After that, then we're gonna kick open the door and then just go for whatever. But we do too much preparation. What happens is we do too much preparation during the week. You know what I'm saying? To present you with a product. To just have somebody come in and be like, yo, but what if Mitch break his leg? Yo, we ain't prepared for that. We've been texting all week about what we're gonna talk about, and then you come in with it. But anyway, did you get a chance to talk about Hartenstein?
Did I? Yeah, I talked about it for like 45 minutes straight. Yeah,
I don't basketball.
I don't know how you do it, huh? I don't know how you just be rocking. Man, that's why you're the number one chief rocker Knicks universe, you know what I'm saying? Because you be rocking solo dolo for like a whole 2 hours and some straight.
Right,
I don't know
straight,
how you,
back to back.
I don't know how
back to back, bro.
Back to back. I don't know how you do it.
Back to back, bro. I got so much stuff, and what it is, is you guys give me so much fuel and energy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all put the battery in my back, man. I just go ahead and talk, bro. I mean, I just do it, man. I just have like the weird energy like that, man. It's like a reservoir of Knicks stuff that I just, just delve into and just go for what I know, because there are so many unanswered questions and so many topics out here in Knicks universe that we don't touch.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like for instance, hey, Jonathan Green, what's good? For instance, Sub, let me ask you this. Do you think the turnover on the Knicks coaching staff this year is going to have a negative impact on what happens this season?
I think it's going to have a positive impact, because I'm trying to tell you, they like Blorange Tears, you know what I'm saying? You the chief rocker, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to call you Tibbs, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But,
I'm Tibbs.
you want to be Tibbs or you want to be Leon Rose? I don't know.
I'm Tibbs, bro. I'm Tibbs.
I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. It's like you could talk to us. You know what I'm saying. We your players. You know what I'm saying. Then you have other guys. You know, you have other different shows going on. So you have your point guards. You know what I'm saying. You have your coaching staff. And then everybody be texting and getting on the same page though. So there's going to be a lot of information that's going to be, you know, passed around. You know what I mean? Then they have enough respect for one another because they family. You know what I'm saying?
Who is the veteran coach now? Like, who is the old head on the coaching staff now? It can't be Rick Brunson because he's not old enough.
Why not? He's not Dice Yoshimoto.
Nah, he ain't the Greer brothers either. But what I'm saying is, usually that role is reserved for a coach that coached and that was a head coach of several NBA teams. That is probably at the end of the line. That's just, you know what I'm saying. He is like the retired general that comes back to help the colonel. You know, so the colonel's still in charge, but the general done had it like Mike Woodson.
That's what I said. He got that Mike Woodson role. You know, someone that he respects.
But he never coached in the NBA, bro. Not head coach. I'm talking about.
He could be that buffer though between you know Brunson and Tibbs or what. You know what I mean, like they're gonna value his opinion regardless. You know what I'm saying, or he could, like I said, he could be that buffer that could talk to the young guys because Tibbs just likes to yell at everybody. You know
yeah, I mean, I feel you, man. But I would like it.
Another X's and O's guy on the side. You know what I mean? On the
Terry Stotts.
Yeah,
why not bring in Terry Stotts?
That's carrying the playbook. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this is what we should run, or
Jeff Hornacek,
like an offensive coordinator. Is that what you're talking about?
No, like a Jeff Hornacek, somebody that has been the man in the
league. But he's a pushover though. You don't want to push over. I mean,
no, I'm talking about the experience part.
Yeah, but it can't be Jeff though. I mean, he didn't have no kind of way of running.
Look at the Warriors assistant though. Look at the Warriors assistants coach. They got Mike Brown and Kenny Atkinson over there, and they're the NBA champs.
Okay, Pudge Nice says Johnny's still here. What about Johnny? Too young?
When has Johnny ever been a head coach of anything? Yeah, think about it. He's a prodigy, but you ain't never seen him in charge of nothing. You ain't never even seen him run the layup line before the game, right?
Right.
Oh, Mike Brown did go to the Kings. That's right, Sally. My bad. Yeah. So what I'm talking about is just an experienced coach, man. Just bring in somebody that has been fired and but then
it's two Rams bumping heads though. If you bring that in as well though, you gotta everybody kind of got to know their where they're
hierarchy
where they're on the totem pole. You know what I'm saying? You start bringing in another ex-coach, like, he starts bumping heads with Tibbs talking about, well, we know already your playbook's outdated. Run some of this, and then now you got a rift in the locker room. So
I'll give you an example though. You see what the Nets look like with Steve Nash, right?
Right.
In the beginning, it didn't look like this because they had Mike D'Antoni. Mike D'Antoni left, and now all of a sudden, things have gone bonkers. And I'm not picking on Brooklyn because their uniforms are ugly and their stadium stinks, which it does. I'm just saying I'm bringing them up because it's a good example of how a head coach needs a counterbalance, right?
But we're talking about a stubborn old mule that isn't going to take nobody else's constructive criticism. It's going to be his way or the highway. So I don't think it would work out. You bring in somebody who's challenging his authority in how he runs his team. I don't feel like it's going to be it's going to work out. Yeah, I hear what you're saying though. In theory, you bring in a guy who's more O's than in his playbook that Tibbs is, but we're talking about someone who's stubborn. So I don't know. I feel like this is the year. If he doesn't go back to bringing us to the play-in, now that he has more players, then the blame has to go to somebody. Yeah.
Right.
And it's always the coach that gets fired before.
We're gonna blame Randall
before the players.
You know Knicks fans, bro. You already know who's gonna get the blame, bro. Come on, bro.
So they gonna trade Randall then?
They gonna blame Randall.
They gonna trade Randall?
Yo, it was raining in Portland, Oregon today. It's all Julius Randle fault. That's just what it is. But your point makes sense.
So we need to put a poll up. Who do the Knicks fans hate more, Tibbs or Randall?
You want me to put that up? You just let me know. I'll put it up. I was gonna ask you coming in. Do you want to put a poll up? Who's gonna be the starting center for the New York Knicks when we make the playoffs? Hartenstein or Mitchell Robinson?
Nah, Mitch's. We know that.
Do you think Mitch? Okay.
Did you catch the beginning when I said that Rose was an agent before he knows what everybody's worth on the market? That's why they gave him $8 million and they paid what's the name $15 million. So just off that, he's a starter because he makes more money. Yeah, he's been with us for the longest. I mean,
okay.
He's that rim protector. But I would like to know what the fans think, who they hate more, Tibbs or Randall.
Okay, you want me to put it up?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put it up. Let me. All right, give me a second. Give me a second to.
You know, some Knicks fans are emotional and can't get over thumbs down.
That's so soft, bro. That's some soft. In my mind,
then some fans are just mad that their guy didn't get played. Oh man, he should have played my guy instead of his guy. You know, so I'm curious. It's probably going to be a close one. It's going to be like 51-49 or 50-50.
You know, 50-50. Yeah, Julius Randle can't even win a fan poll, bro. You can't even win a fan poll, bro. You know you hate it if you can't even win a fan poll. You know what I'm saying? All right, so Julius Randle. You know what? Let me put Julius Randle down here because a lot of times people click on the first one. I just wanted to be fair. Tim. Oh. All right. There's your poll, brother. There's your poll. All right. So your poll is up. I'm gonna pin it. Give me a second to pin it. Oh, well, it should be already pinned. All right.
So let me get your opinion on Hartenstein. Would you call him soft or why you take that detail for?
Because I think this Hartenstein kid is grossly overrated. For one, I think he's grossly overrated, bro. I think his contribution to this team is so overvalued, it's ridiculous. But if he does overachieve while he's here, I would be excited for the kid and for the team. Right? I want him to do well, right? And I want the Knicks to do well. But really, this dude played for 4 teams in 4 years, and Knicks fans are like, he's Jokic.
No, I'm not saying all that though.
Not you.
No. I hear what you're saying though, but I'm saying as far as like, okay, Mitch averaged 8 points. He averaged 8 points last year. You know what I'm saying? So in a 17-minute role. So don't you think? I know those aren't going to be in the paint, catching Gotham lobs. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I'm getting at. As long as he's making those points outside of the paint. And
this dude did play with Paul George though, right?
He had a good supporting cast.
Right. And the year before that, he did play with Trae Young, right? And the year before that, he played with Jokic.
But you got to see he has vision though. You know what I'm saying? He has vision when he's caught in the pinch post to make those passes on no look passes to guys who are cutting. You know, like you got to understand how he gets the guys involved. He's unselfish when it comes to that. He's not like Mitchell Robinson where his back is to the basket and never looks to face up. He actually finds guys with his peripherals cutting though, even though it isn't to a cutting Paul George. You know what I'm saying? But still though, you got to take it as far as
I'm not saying that this kid is a bad player.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is he played with James Harden, he played with Trae Young, he played with Nikola Jokic, and he played with Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Reggie Jackson.
Yeah.
And Mitchell Robinson's point guard was a dude named Alec Burks.
No, I hear what you're saying though, but I'm saying just as far as bringing a passing to the Knicks, like this guy averaged. He didn't average that many assists, 2.4 assists though. But I feel like
that's not bad for a big though. That's actually pretty good for a big in limited minutes, right?
17.9, yeah.
That's not bad. That's not bad for a big playing in limited minutes, man. That's actually pretty good. You know what? RJ Barrett played 34 minutes a game,
mm-hmm.
and he averaged 3 assists a game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just watched. I just watched a couple of games from him this last couple of days, and there was nothing else I had, so I just watched the highlights. But he does have good vision for a big man, so I just want to see that. I just want to see, the paint cleared up for Randall and RJ to operate. That's all I'm asking for. We've been.
Okay, bro, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying we've been asking for that stretch 5, and a lot of Knicks fans were willing to give the bag to guys like what was the name from the Magic? Mobamba. Yeah. He wasn't really a stretch 5 though, but they're just like, we need to get somebody to get out of the paint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now we have that for a backup big on a good contract. That's all I'm getting at. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's gonna join the Knicks and be our knight in shining armor and lead the team in assists and 3-point percentage. But nah, just
Is he a quality addition?
Yes.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. But I've been bombarded with and maybe you didn't see it. But I kind of I do the show all the time, man. I'm always live streaming, right?
We're always live streaming.
Oh, we always live streaming, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But hey, are you did you follow us on Twitch? You didn't follow us on Twitch.
Mm-mm.
You probably like, what the hell is a Twitch? Yeah. Hey, y'all. So if y'all are on Twitch, make sure y'all follow us on Twitch. We're trying to grow the family over there. We're trying to get to 50 people following us over there.
I know what the Harlem Shake is, though. You know what I'm saying? I know what the Harlem Shake is.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so what I would say though with this kid, I think he's all right, man. But I think people are trying to shove this Isaiah Hartenstein thing down my throat just because. For instance, if he had signed with Brooklyn, nobody would have said anything. You know what I'm saying? Like if Hartenstein would have signed with Brooklyn, it'd be like, yeah, he's just a backup big. But since he signed with the Knicks, people are like, yo, we got to let him wear number 33, bro. Now, calm down. He averaged 2-point-something assists. That's good. But he hadn't shown in significant minutes that he can be like a game changer, so to speak. And I know he's young and he's athletic, right? He's got a pedigree. His pop played at Baylor, right? One of the 9 colleges I attended. one of the 14 colleges that I attended, right? But here's the thing. He can do certain things. But let's not all of a sudden say he's going to be, bro. I heard people compare him to Jokic.
Vucevic. He's Vucevic.
Yeah. I'm like, man, slow down, bro. I understand the kid can play a little bit, right? But let's not let's not come on. He is not giving Embiid nightmares, bro. Slow down. You know what I'm saying? He is not getting ready to give Jokic the business when we go to Denver. Calm down, calm down. This ain't even that type of party. You know what I'm saying? Well, what I'm saying is I like our center rotation. I like Mitch and I like Hartenstein. I like all of them. I like Mitch, Hartenstein. One of my frustrations though is that you put a dude in front of Sims, and every time the Knicks get a promising rookie, you know what they do? Get a guy to block his position. And Sub, guess what? Guess what? Is Grimes a promising rookie?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what the rumor has been all summer?
We're trading him.
Trading him for Spider, or trading to get Spider to block him?
I mean, you can't be mad at that though. I mean, it's definitely an upgrade.
Yeah.
I mean, but if you're trading for somebody that barely moves the needle, then I'd be mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's what we were mad at last year. Oh, Grimes should be, you know, starting instead of
Fournier,
or Burks is in front of Grimes, or Burks is in front of Cam, you know. So
right.
If you're bringing like a Levine or somebody like that, like, you can't complain about that. It is what it is. This guy's obviously 1,000 times better.
Right. Hey, I'll be right back. Yo, I just drunk a whole thing.
Bro,
why do gas stations sell cups this big? shouldn't that be illegal, bro? Like
64 ounces?
I think it's like a 30. No, it's 40.
Remember the 64 ounces?
I remember that.
The 64 ounces.
Bro, I'll be right back, bro. I'm gonna just go ahead and dump some water.
Yep. So yeah, we, like I mentioned, I'm not expecting Heart to be this, you know, game changer. Is just somebody to clear the paint, man. Why do we got it? Why does why does RJ and Julius Randle always gotta get past their guy and then meet somebody at the rim as well? So not only then you gotta like readjust in the air because some big center's going over there to block your shot. Like, just clear the paint, make things easier for these guys. That's all I'm getting at. I mean, so if the defense does collapse, you can kick it out to a Isaiah Hartenstein that's gonna hit the open shot. That's it. I mean, we all know Mitch ain't shooting his shot. He's not taking any shots out there in the perimeter. That's why a lot of the times they just sag off of him. At least Hartenstein out there is going to keep the defense honest. That's all I'm getting at. Whether he's a decoy out there or whatever, you can't leave him alone. We ain't had that in a minute. I mean, Taj was our best shooting center. And even he's, you know, 37 years old, whatever. I mean, come on. Anybody know what Isaiah Hartenstein's number is going to be? Is it? I won't even allow him to get 67. He better get 66 or something. Yeah. But it's just going to be interesting. I think that the flow of the offense is going to look a whole lot better because the simple fact that we're bringing in players with high IQ. Yeah. So he understands the game. He understands, you know, guys cutting. So it's going to be nice. Not to say that he's going to be Joakim Noah out there on the charity stripe, you know, looking to run the offense through him to. Nah, he's not going to do all that. He might do it in you know, small sample sizes, but it's not going to be nothing big, you know. So I was just talking about him not being Joakim Noah running the offense through the charity stripe, but
dang, they call this dude the Heart Foundation. Oh my god,
the Hitman Hart. Call him the Hitman Hart.
Oh my god, bro!
Isaiah the Hitman Hart.
Oh my god! Oh my goodness, bro! Knicks fans, what are we doing? What are we doing, bro? Yeah, man.
The Heartbreak Kid.
Oh, god damn it. Here we go, bro.
Heartbreak Kid. Oh man.
Yeah, man. What are we doing? Oh my god.
Braveheart.
Yeah,
We call him Braveheart.
oh jeez. Oh my goodness.
I can't wait till he stinks up the joint. Then what? All the bad names is gonna come out on me.
Oh my god. iHeartRadio. Oh god. My achy breaky heart. Oh jeez, man. What are we doing? What are we doing out here, man? What are we doing out here? Oh my goodness. So who's your breakout player this year? Who are you projecting to be the New York Knicks breakout player this season?
I'm going with my man's IQ.
I would love it if it was IQ, bro. That would be a nice story to follow. You feel me? That would be because Tibbs, bro. I saw Tibbs. I saw that Wizards game. Tibbs cussed Quickley out like a dog, bro. He cussed Tibbs cussed him out like all I heard was F-D F F F F F F F F F. Right. And Quickley was taking it like, bro, that's all you got? Come on, coach. Is that just all you got? Come on, you gotta come harder than that, coach. And Tibbs is like, right? So I'm like, yo, for a lunatic like that, bro, the dude that scares me the most is not the tatted up guy that looks crazy. That don't intimidate me, bro. What intimidates me some is the normal guy that's bonkers. You know what I'm saying? The normal guy that's bonkers, like say it's like say your neighbor that lose it, like say you going out of town and you want to cut your grass before you leave, and you just mess around and just cut your grass 6 o'clock in the morning, and he just run out there with his shirt off. Man, what the hell you doing? There's stuff like that. It's what make me think like, oh, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Like Michael Douglas and Falling Down?
Yes.
Briefcase, suit and tie, and just walk around with a gauge.
Bananas. Like say for instance, you and I were walking down the street and Drax just walked out in the middle of the road. See, Dave Bautista don't intimidate me, bro. I'll fight Bautista, right? I don't cat like that. But Michael Douglas walking out. I'm like, yo, that monkey is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this is crazy. But yeah, man. So the IQ thing, I think there are some legs to it. The IQ thing, there are some legs to it, bro. I think Emmanuel Quickley having a breakout. I think there are some things. I think
now he knows his role. Like, okay, Tibbs wouldn't play him at the point because he had, Burks there, and now they brought in their franchise point guard. So now he knows that that's not his spot. Now he knows that he's going to run the second unit. So I think he just has to have that mentality of what can I do to make the second unit my team, to run it. What can I do to run the second unit? So I feel like he's going to have that mentality all summer to work on his craft. He's in the lab doing it. He's working on his handles. He's working on shots. Now it's passing. Now it's vision, threading the needle. And those types of things.
Right. So just a brief update real quick, son. So with 45 votes cast, 71% say Knicks fans dislike Julius Randle more at 71% versus Thibodeau at 29%.
Told you.
Bro, this is crazy. So I don't get it, bro. I said I don't get it. I dislike. I don't dislike. Or I'm sorry. I don't. Let me phrase it right. I like both. Right. I dislike either. I just don't have that in my, and I don't have that in my emotional gas tank right now where I can dislike Tibbs or dislike Randall. I just don't have room. My emotional gas tank is full up with Pat Ewing finger roll, Charles Smith at the rim, Starks with 2 for 18, Steph Curry 1 pick ahead. So my emotional gas tank is full with stuff like that, right? Right. My thing though is this. I could easily be swayed on both if the Knicks get out to a bad start.
Right.
Right. So hey, so we at the 90-minute mark, man. You ready to switch seats? You ready for me to moderate? You gonna hang around for?
Yeah, I'm a chill for a minute.
Okay.
Chill.
All right. So hey guys, so that was it for Knicks after party, man. Appreciate y'all hanging out with Knicks after party. So Subliminal 209, you had about 98 people watching. So you was rocking without Culley and got 98 people. Shout out to Culley. Culley texted me a few minutes ago. Culley said something about Dom Perignon, fast cars, and beautiful women. Let me read.
Salute to Kelly. I mean, hey, I ain't mad at you. I don't blame you, Kelly. Do you? Just be safe, brother. Just be safe.
Just be safe. Yeah. So Culley said something about being frustrated that the champagne wasn't cold enough and the women weren't beautiful enough, and something about Ferraris and Lamborghinis. I don't know. It must be nice to live the life of an artist, bro.
Yeah. He said he at the after party.
After party. So, hey, salute to Jersey Shore 74 for becoming a member of the channel. We're gonna give Subliminal 209 credit for that. Sub, good job, man, by getting members to join the channel. Appreciate that, because I only been rocking for like a minute or 2 minutes, and all I've been saying is thank you. So good job, Sub, with that, right? But
appreciate it.
For those that are new to the channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button, right? Subscribing to the channel, smashing the like button, right? Please also consider joining the family, just like Jersey Shore 74 did just now, right? For more content like this, we also do a weekly podcast that will appear on, let me go to it. We also do a weekly podcast right now that is on Stitcher, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Player FM. And we will upgrade that to today, probably to Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts. We'll probably upgrade that today. Shout out to Sharpbeard, who is on Twitch. We got to show our Twitch crowd more love. Shout out to the Twitchers out there, to the people that are on Twitch that are watching and following and hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. So I'm gonna transition slowly into the Knicks at Night podcast. My main man, Subliminal 209, is kind enough to hang out with me for a few minutes. I'm gonna put the link in the chat for a few people to come in and rock and roll with us for this next 90 minutes or so. And so the conversation thus far is multi-pronged. Who do you dislike more, Randall or Tibbs? And who is your breakout player? And Sub said Emmanuel Quickley. And that's fascinating to me, seeing that the Knicks are looking to get two guys that block his position. So, Sub, why would you say Emmanuel Quickley over, say, Cam Reddish or Obi Toppin?
Who's blocking IQ right now as the team is currently constructed.
Currently constructed is Jalen Brunson.
Right, but a lot of us Knicks fans have said that IQ is not a point guard. IQ is a microwave scorer. IQ is better running the second unit. IQ is better becoming the sixth man of the year. IQ is a Lou Williams type player. So if that's all true, then he was never supposed to be that starting point guard. You know?
I don't think Emmanuel Quickley is a Lou Williams type a guard.
I didn't say you said it though, but you know what I mean. I said a lot of that was the word in the streets.
That was the soft narrative. I like to call those the soft narratives, like Julius Randle's lazy. It's a soft narrative, like because I think Emmanuel Quickley's defense is light years better than Lou Williams.
Right.
Light years better than Lou Williams. I think Emmanuel Quickley's leadership is light years better than Lou Williams. For instance, one dude goes to a strip club to get chicken wings, and the other dude is leading Bible study.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to remember though, the first time IQ got on the court, he shook Lou Williams' hand, dabbed him up right quick, and he was like, "You're my favorite player." So what that means to me is that he took some of his game from him,
right,
and emulated that and put that on the court in the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of those, running into players, creating the contact, getting to the line. He had to adapt as the year went on the next year because of the rule change. He had to adapt his defense to stay on the court because who's our coach? Tibbs is our coach. So those are things that he had to evolve, those things that he had to elevate his game. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say it's still not done. He had to switch over from shooting guard, playing next to D Rose in the second unit, to playing point guard. From talking to the refs to how can I get these calls, to grabbing the tablet and rallying the troops, all the youngins on the baseline, on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? Telling them this is what you need to do. You know what I mean?
Right. From
what you said to ignoring Tibbs or telling him, what is that all you got? Those are the types of things that makes me think that IQ still has growth and that he'll level up next year. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why I feel he'll take that big leap. So to me, I'm not trying to pigeonhole IQ. I'm not trying to say this is where his ceiling's going to be. All I know is that he's going to look better than he did last year.
Right. I can understand where you're coming from, right? But what I would say to that, so Sharpbread says IQ is a great person. He's an amazing shooter. But the reason y'all can't say where he belongs on the court is that his physique and skill set doesn't really fit the NBA game, at least on a starter level. I think I agree with that. Some. I agree with that some, right? I think though nowadays the league is more of a positionless type, because think about it, I think IQ has the same dimensions as Steph Curry, and Steph Curry's an NBA starter.
Would you say that in Brunson's first 2 years?
That's a good question.
But now we look at him as our, franchise point guard for the next 4. So somewhere along the line, he took that leap, because before that was Dennis Smith Jr. back there as well. So he was the one that was next to Luka.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. You can't just say this is what this guy is, because this kid is still growing. Before
you mean IQ or Brunson?
I'm saying both, from where they started to where they are now. They're still they were still leveling up as the years went on, and now neither one of those guys were starting point guards or starting units, but now one's a starter and the next one, could be a starter, or maybe sometimes maybe he doesn't want to be a starter. Maybe like Rose says, hey, this is this is Kemba's team. Clearly, he was the better player, but he was
Right.
willing to take that backup role for the betterment of the team.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
in a
I
different on a different situation on a different team, maybe IQ could be that point guard though.
yeah, I understand where you're coming from. So I'm not belaboring or begrudging your point about IQ being in that Lou Williams role, but I consider him more of a CJ McCollum type player. Like very smart, very, very tough, even though they don't look the part. Like CJ McCollum looks like Urkel all grown up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But McCollum
well spoken, high IQ, you know what I'm saying, does interviews after the games, all-star games. So
Right.
it's not just on the court. The guy is just a smart individual, period.
Right.
You know, has his own wine business, you know what I mean? So like the wheels are always turning. It's not only on the court, but off the court. Then like playing next to a Hall of Fame Damian Lillard, he knew that was his team, but they kind of played Batman and Robin. Where
the dude went to Lehigh. The dude went to Lehigh, bro. Is that not impressive? Lehigh is a very, very, very good academic school. You know what I'm saying? And I think quickly poses. I don't see like if you ask me who's the better athlete, McCollum or Quickley, I think I might lean Quickley. When you ask me who the better shooter is long term, I think I might lean Quickley. Now, who's the better scorer? No doubt it's CJ McCollum. No doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt.
He's more methodical with the rock.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And Sharpbeard says also that I love IQ, but I'm not sure he's worth not acquiring better play. Yes, I agree with you. And Jersey Show 74. Thank you for the generous contribution. Jersey Show says, love the show. I feel like I'm in good company. Hey, bro, yeah, man, we try to do our very best. You know what I'm saying? We try to do our very best to not be disrespectful as Knicks fans. Like, we're not gonna sit up here and call people intentionally, like be argumentative or call people out of their names and all that stuff, man. We're gonna try to do the very best that we can do to provide quality content. Subliminal 209 does a very good job at doing that with Knicks After Party. Right now, we're just switching over to the Knicks at Night podcast just so that we can rock for a little bit, because hosting a joint for 3 hours is tough. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. So Sub has been gracious enough to allow me to take over and get in this moderator seat and ask these questions and mingle with y'all in the chat, man. Now that's like a class act, right? But anyway, enough of giving Sub his flowers. Enough of giving Sub his flowers, man. Johnny Davis says IQ is like the class monitor. Yeah, man. IQ is mentally. If Julius Randle was mentally as tough as IQ, bro, I think we're talking about a different style of play in Julius Randle. Randle has a lot of heart now. You can tell he plays through a lot of injuries, a lot of dings and stuff, right? But at the same time, it appears from the outside looking in that Randle may not take criticism well.
What if we don't get Mitchell and we just put IQ next to Brunson?
I like that too. As a matter of fact, I was pounding the table for that idea before the Donovan Mitchell smoke got hot and heavy.
I feel like IQ's defense and his bounciness, because he's the same way. He's just like a kid that can't stay still. He's on his tippy toes, head on a swivel, like he just has, he just can't stay still, and he just willing defender with those long arms. He has those long arms, just like Donovan Mitchell, where he could play the passing lanes and help out on a shorter Jalen Brunson. Not to mention he could also guard and press at 94 feet to take some of that time off the clock, where it doesn't allow the offense to set up as quickly. No pun intended. But
right. Hey, let me ask you this: who do you feel like is a better defender, Grimes or Emmanuel Quickley?
I would say Grimes is, because he could guard 1 through 3. IQ could only guard 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
Grimes is more versatile. Same thing with Deuce, but I feel like Deuce is the better defender than IQ, and that's why they look so good on the court together, because both of those guys could guard 1 and 2, and they're switchable, and they could both press at the same time at the point of, at 94 feet, which allows the offense to shake. If you're not if you can't handle the rock that good, and you're really not a good, you're just more off ball catch and shoot, and you really can't handle the rock, then you're a liability. That's where those turnovers. That's why they look so good together on the court.
Right.
So, yeah. So ultimately, I feel like Deuce is better guarding point guards, and then and shooting guards. Well, point guards. Point guards off top, but I think that IQ is better guarding. The combination of both. But then Grimes is better guarding 1 through 3. That's how I'm gonna put it.
Yeah, but I think the thing is and forgive me if I sound like I'm being condescending, because I'm not. Right, so you know how I am. I'm a straight shooter, bro. I don't talk down. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. But I just don't think this idea of 6'1" guards is as bad as what y'all make it out to be, bro.
I don't either. I've been saying that a lot of people didn't want Brunson. I was talking Brunson since the trade deadline during All-Star break. And a lot of people were saying, "Oh, he's too small." I don't care. You can't measure heart. A lot of people look at combine measurements. Miss me with that. Like, give me a guy who has high IQ, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you could get your own bucket, find angles, create your own shot, and get others involved. I mean, just understand the game of basketball. Just before all that if you could do that, and that's why I was so high on Johnny Davis during the draft too. Just give me a high IQ player. If you know me, I've been saying that for the longest. Right. Give me high IQ characters over anything else.
I understand where you're coming from.
Think about, we talked about it before. The shortest backcourt for Toronto won the championship.
Right.
You had a Fred VanVleet. A couple years ago, there was a lot of Knicks fans that wanted Fred VanVleet.
Yes.
Oh, let's go get him. Nobody was talking about 6 foot back then.
Right. Because and you know what? Nobody complains about the Steph Curry, Jordan Poole backcourt.
There you go. There's another good one.
Who complains? Who complains about Steph Curry and Jordan Poole? And I know guys are gonna say, well, Steph Curry is the GOAT. I get it. He is the GOAT. Curry GOAT. Ha ha ha. I get it. Touche. Right?
But what I'm saying, defense.
Right. But what I'm saying is they have an Andrew Wiggins on the floor that covers up for a lot of stuff. They have a Draymond Green on the floor that covers up for a lot of stuff. So if you have 2 smaller guards,
we have a Mitchell Robinson that covers up a lot
eraser.
of Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, man. Man, I just be getting hit all the time, so I'm sorry. But what I would say to that is this, right? When you add flexible defenders on the floor, guys that can, if RJ Barrett can guard 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s, right? If Farron Hunt can guard 2s, 3s, and 4s, if Cam Reddish can guard 2s, 3s, and 4s, if Grimes can guard 1s, 2s, and 3s, I think a backcourt that can only guard 1s and 2s is not. You know what? That ain't even the issue. You know what would be the issue? You know what our major issue is, man? And people don't speak to this, and I'm gonna say it out loud. Man, our major issue is not a short backcourt. It's not Tom Thibodeau's offense. It's not Tom Thibodeau's defense always starting off slow. It's us staying healthy. Right? Think about how many people were hurt at the beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season, Mitch was hurt. Noel was hurt. Taj was hurt. Right? RJ was hurt coming out of the gate with a stomach ailment. Remember the phantom stomach ailment? And then Tibbs had to come out and say, well, his shot is off because he's not spending as much time in the gym. Remember Tibbs said that at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, but it was new players and chemistry and all that because we brought in another new backcourt.
Brand new
backcourt. And then, it was that chemistry, not knowing what roles, who was going to be who. And then that's why Fournier ended up saving the day, right. And Julius was all gassed out. He was just like, all right, you start taking these shots because I can't do it on my own.
Right.
But then we knew that Rose wasn't going to be around for that long. So
right. You knew Rose was going to get hurt at some point because he always does.
And then we were so hype about this new young rookie team. Oh, look at Grimes, look at Deuce, look at Sims. We got ourselves, we're 15 strong. We're 15 strong, but what we didn't realize it was just, one game here that it wasn't able to. That wasn't going to last all year. You know what I'm saying? It was
right.
Rookies. What do you expect?
Right. And what I would say, to that, I think if we could stay healthy reasonably, healthy, I think this team is a 6 seed with Jalen Brunson only. If you get Donovan Mitchell and this team stays healthy, I think we are flipping tables and kicking over chairs in the East. Right? I think we making serious noise. Now, am I saying that we're gonna dominate the East? Come on, man. I ain't saying that stuff. Yeah. I ain't going that far, right? But what I will say is if we can stay decently healthy, I think we're a 6 seed. Because I think Cleveland falls back to the pack because Isaac Okoro's a bust. I think Chicago falls back to the pack because they have dudes that historically stay dinged up. You know what I'm saying? Lonzo, Vucevic. You know what I'm saying? I would say I honestly don't think the Celtics are the cream of the crop. I think basketball fans are prisoners of the moment because they've always been rooting for the Celtics to be the cream of the crop, and they finally had a year in which they're the cream of the crop. But I don't think they're better than the Milwaukee Bucks.
Right, because Milwaukee wasn't healthy. They were missing Chris Middleton. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're closer. They're Robin. Someone that can take pressure off of the Greek. But I hear you though. I think we will be relatively healthy next year because we got rid of most of those guys, the Kemba Walkers. You know what I'm saying? The position, the quarterback, of the basketball.
The
team.
Nerlens Noels.
Yeah. The Nerlens Noels, the guy. He's gone. Burks was relatively healthy last year. He played 81 games, but the year before though, it was always a minor tweak here and there. Who else did we get rid of? So then we're bringing back the rest of our guys. Julius Randle's always healthy. RJ plays when he's hurt. The only one is Mr.
That's bad, bro. That's a bad thing too, by the way.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though, these guys you get not guarantee, but you know what I mean. You know that they're going to play. That most likely they're going to be on the court. Regardless. The only one is Mr. Robinson. But now we still have 2 backups. We still have Isaiah and Sims. And Sims is a cyborg, so we can count on him to play.
Right. Of course. Of course he's a cyborg, bro. The dude gets his hair cut with a lawnmower. I mean, what human being you see get that done? No, I'm just joking, man. But I think for that reason, all those reasons that we just mentioned over the last 20 minutes, think of the reason why the Knicks are 6th seed in the East without Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, and that's why I'm always like, let's not go bring in Malcolm Brogdon. Let's not bring in any more of these injury-prone players. Let's bring in guys that we know that are dependable if we need them. You know, we're not there to take a chance like the Celtics were to go get a Malcolm Brogdon, knowing that we don't have to play him all the games. We can manage his minutes and things like that. You know, if we were there, then yeah, sure, why not? It's a gamble. We can't afford to gamble no more. I'm tired. I'm tired of those you know, high risk, low risk, high rewards. No, you just threw away $8 million and gave up a first round pick to get rid of Kemba. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's stop that. Let's stop that. You know?
Yeah. And we knew right off the rip though the Kemba Walker thing was a great story, but we just wanted to believe it. You know what I'm saying? It's like that team in Portland that had a dude named Brandon Roy. After about year 3, we knew he was no longer going to be a good NBA player. We knew his knees were ticking time bombs, right? But every time he came back and played, you know, the 40 games or whatever before he got injured, he looked like a borderline generational talent. And then the knees would give out. And then he'd be out 50 games. And you knew at some point you had to sing that New Edition song, Is This the End? Is this the end? You know what I'm saying? But and you sung that song every time you saw Brandon Roy limp off the court. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, oh, geez, Brandon Roy. But when he was on the floor, he looked, oh my goodness. Yeah. Bro, if RJ Barrett can have a healthy career, like Brandon Roy had a healthy career when he played, not when he was hurt. I'm talking about when he could play. If RJ Barrett has a career like that, sign me up. Yeah. You remember Brandon Roy, man?
Yeah, I was there at the game when they beat the Knicks. He split the defenders for the game-winning buzzer shot right through the key. I was like, yep, typical Knicks. You know what I'm saying? We can't even hold them off for one last stop. You know what I'm saying?
You know, the dude was a 3-time All-Star, right? Brandon Roy was a 3-time All-Star, bro.
He was nice. Man. He was a bucket. Yeah. Definitely a bucket.
He was a bucket, bro. Mm-hmm. He was a bucket. That dude averaged, let me see. That dude averaged in his prime years, his first 3 years or so, he averaged about 20 points a game. His first 4 years, right? Year 5, he averaged 12. Year 6, he didn't play. He played a year in Minnesota. He was garbage. He was washed. But Minnesota drafted him anyway. Did you know that?
Nah.
Minnesota drafted him and traded him to Portland. Let me see what year he came out. 2006. Minnesota is such a bad franchise, bro.
Yeah. I was at the sports bar for lunch and got me a burger and some onion rings. They had Brandon Roy's jersey up on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Autograph.
Is that recently?
That was today.
Wow.
What about
that's crazy, bro. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Brandon Roy was a great player. His first 4 seasons were incredible. This dude averaged 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Oh, yeah, 4 rebounds, 5 assists for the most part. This dude was 24-5, right? His first 4 years, and then after that, the injuries caught up with him. right? And it seems like so long ago, right? Guess how old Brandon Roy is. He just turned 38.
I was gonna say 37. I was gonna say.
Yeah, Brandon Roy just turned 38 13 days ago. Damn. What if RJ Barrett was 25-5? Would that be acceptable in your sight?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
You're talking about 5 boards or 5 assists?
If RJ Barrett averages 5 assists, it's gonna take a Avengers type of rally for him to start passing the ball, bro. It's gonna take a Thanos snap type thing for RJ Barrett to start passing the basketball.
He used to start off the game with an assist with the Gotham lob to Mitch until the league caught on to it.
Right.
Then all of a sudden he's like, all right, it's not working no more. I'm not passing the ball no more.
Bro, it's gonna take a Superman doomsday scenario for RJ Barrett to average 5 assists a game, bro. Because when you saw him play last year, he had one goal in mind, and that was 20 points a game.
It's chucking.
Shoot. When in doubt, throw it at the rim.
But he said he was going to get 20 points a game. He didn't say it was going to be efficient.
Right. Yeah, man, and just real quick, man, just to build on what Sub and I what we're talking about earlier, man. Listen, if Emmanuel Quickley is in that most improved conversation, the Knicks can't lose, right? Because you automatically assume, and I know what you get when you assume. When you assume, you get a bad opinion, right? You know how the saying go, when you assume, you get somebody's bad opinion, right? That's how the saying goes, right, Sub? When you assume, somebody's got a bad opinion somewhere, right? But the thing is with RJ, you assume RJ takes that next step in year 4. And you assume Obi takes that next step in year 3, right? And you assume Grimes takes that leap in year 2. But if Quickley improves the most out of all the young players mentioned, now you're cooking, bro. Now you're cooking. Because Quickley's going to give you some point guard minutes, whether people like it or not. He's going to give you some 2 guard minutes, whether people like it or not. He is going to give you some of that 2 guard and when the Knicks go very small, when the Knicks go Brunson, Quickley, Grimes, RJ, Obi, when they do that lineup, when it's the race for your life Charlie Brown scenario, where you're snatching the ball out of the net to run back the other way to try to score. You remember that? You remember those lineups in spurts, right? Remember that lineup?
Rings and it's recess time and the kids are out running.
Yes. When the kids come back to class with holes in their dungarees, you know what happened, right? And so it's one of these things like those type of lineups. I think you'll see Grimes and Quickley absolutely eat out of.
Now let me ask you this though: are you cool with the roster we had because we have 2 available extra spots? Or are we just filling those spots with, league minimum guys, or just guys that that aren't gonna be in the way of some of these, of the growth of some of these young players like Grimes, or we got rid of Burks to give Cam some time? Or so what do you do with those spots?
What position does Cam play? Small forward.
I say he plays a 3. He's our only,
Yeah. So
6'8".
I say they give Farron Hunt one of those spots, right? I think they give Farron Hunt one of those spots, and then I think they go out and so Cam plays the 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means the Knicks have to go get a veteran to block him from playing. It's what they do.
Yeah, it's what they do.
So yeah, so you get Brunson, so your young guards can't play. You have 48 in place, so Grimes and Quickley can't play. Now you have to go and get a veteran small forward that's old as dirt to block Cam Reddish. Gerald Green. I wouldn't be surprised if they went and got Gerald Green. Tiffin Smith was good.
Or do you bring back Trevor Ariza?
I think they bring back Melo.
Think so?
I know so, bro. I know so. So I think they bring back Carmelo to block Cam Reddish. And listen, and when I'm talking to you guys, I know there is a tinge of sarcasm, yes. But mostly when I say that, it's more a tinge of fear from me. I am afraid that the Knicks, knowing Cam Reddish deserves minutes, are going to go get a veteran to block him. It's what we do. It's our MO. It's our MO. Look, like Sub. Think about this. In your life, in your lifetime, where do you see more fat guys? You see more fat guys at the gym or the buffet?
At the buffet.
It's their MO, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the big guys out there, too. And so I hate that it's like that. But look, they just did it to Sims, bro, by bringing in Hartenstein.
I mean, does Melo play the 3 right now, or does he play the 4 at his age? And
I don't think
he can't keep up with 3s on the wing, can he?
He can't keep up with 4s on the wing either. This dude, really, are you asking me about Carmelo Anthony's defense?
But that's what I'm saying though. Like, so does he really take Cam's minutes, or does he take Obi's minutes?
Both. It's a 2-for-1. It's the Knicks MO, bro. It's the Knicks MO. You bring in a Jalen Brunson to block Quickley and McBride. You keep Fournier to block RJ and Grimes. You move RJ to the 3, right? Right, that blocks Cam. Right, instead of letting these kids play, you know what I'm saying? Is instead of letting these young kids play. Now, I'm all for letting the kids play, right? Y'all been hearing me say it forever, but I'm also all for winning. So if you can package some of these kids and go get a stud, do it. Don't be talking to me about first round picks. When I start naming first round picks, y'all start to throw up, right? Don't be telling me about first round picks when you drafted Grimes in the first round. You drafted or you traded for Quickley, right? Right. You drafted Obi. You drafted Knox. You drafted Frank. How many players is that sub? That's Knox, Frank, Obi, Grimes, Quickley. Would you trade those 5 guys and Evan Fournier and Cam Reddish for Donovan Mitchell? I'm saying bye. I'm saying toodaloo. I'm saying what's the guy from the Hangover? What was the Asian dude from the Hangover?
I don't know.
What's his name? Mr. Kim. He was like,
yeah, I know you're talking about that. Yeah. And all the first round picks. Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm saying our history of drafting first round picks.
Yeah. I know that we don't hit, and we're not lucky enough to get top 3 picks anyways. I mean, you know what I mean? We're not lucky enough to jump up. We always fall back. So that's never going to be guaranteed. You know, that the player that we want is going to be there. So we might as well just trade the guys for a proven all-star. I'm with you. Right.
But Why not?
Don't put your eggs all in one basket if that deal's not going to happen, though. You know what I mean?
I understand.
So they better have a plan. They better have a plan B, C, D, E, F, G.
Right. Well, let me ask you this: who is your favorite non-Knick wing player right now? Is it Devin Booker?
You got to give me.
Is it Jaylen Brown?
Nah,
is it Mikal Bridges?
None of those.
LeBron?
Nah, probably Tatum.
Tatum? What would you give up for Tatum?
I give up anything we got.
Everything, right?
Everything we got.
You would give up RJ and Julius and them kids and them first round picks, right?
Yep. I'm not right. You're preaching to the choir. I'm not attached to any of these players. You know what I'm saying? Like I mentioned before, I accuse my favorite player from day one, but if he has to go in the deal, bye. I've been saying that. You know what I mean? Like these guys are not going to be the reason why we don't make the deal. You know,
right?
It's like when you play fantasy football or whatever. I'm gonna give you all these bench players, and you're gonna give me whoever the number one quarterback is.
A dude offered me that one year. He offered me.
You know what I mean? Though? Like,
shout out to Ted. Ted offered me Frank Gore. He offered me Frank Gore, Rudy Johnson. You remember Rudy Johnson? He was a running back in Cincinnati after they traded Corey Dillon. You remember Corey Dillon was a Bengal?
I remember him with the Patriots. So
before So Corey Dillon before that played for the Bengals, right? And so his backup was a dude named Rudy Johnson. He offered me like Frank Gore, Rudy Johnson, Maurice Jones-Drew, some receivers. I think he offered me like Reggie Wayne, a Devery Henderson, and a tight end or something for LaDainian Tomlinson in his prime. And I was like, bro, what the hell am I going to do with the Magic School Bus? And I called it the Magic School Bus because it's like you take all of your crap and put it on the bus and offer it for a stud. And I think that's what we're doing for Donovan Mitchell.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like anybody who has LaDainian Thompson is like, nah, I'm not doing that deal. But then Knicks fans be like, I don't want to give up all that for LaDainian Tomlinson.
That's too much for LaDainian Tomlinson. Yeah.
For LT? Are you crazy?
Nah. Yeah, it was. I think, and then he was like, well, what would sweeten the deal? I'll take out Eddie Kennison and throw in Randy Moss. And this is when Randy Moss was with the Raiders. I'll take out Eddie Kennison from the Chiefs and put in Randy Moss with the Raiders for LT. Man, I was like, man, if you don't get out of here.
Right.
Yeah, man. So it looked like we losing a little bit of steam here, man. You ready to wrap this thing up, man?
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
All right. So everybody, thank y'all for watching. Man, I really enjoyed y'all company. Tomorrow we're gonna be together. Real strong, man, rocking and rolling. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock, Knicks Morning Drive. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Or I'm sorry, today, Knicks Morning Drive, 10 o'clock. Today, Vibes and Stuff, 8 a.m. We're gonna rock long and strong tomorrow. Or today, I'm sorry. We're gonna get out of here, guys and gals. Appreciate y'all coming through. Make sure you check out our Patreon and check us out on all podcasting platforms. Yo, we appreciate y'all, man. We'll holler at y'all later. Peace.